I'm a man of fear.
Wait, no. Yeah, I confused something about being or whatever.
General.
Bridget make the joke like, that's some $3 million.
Like you'd enjoy gay porn. Like you'd know what? Wait, guys.
Welcome once again, guys, to the Jano podcast.
General.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Again, big up to Atlas Major Music for the intro, you see me? So, yeah, man, wait to take it away.
Jano. Well, yeah, man, so the comments, the budget increases. Jano. Yo, Joy Boy.
You.
Yeah, you want run well for the topic since, you have the best idea for it.
Alright. So tonight, guys, we're gonna talk about some unrealistic dating expectations for both genders. Cause is it man have some unrealistic ones to both? To be honest, I'm also don't want them. I'm not gonna fight me out, but that's the truth, is it? So, anyways, just give like an idea. Basically, let's say in my mind, me say, yo, my pocket didn't reach this yet, but it's like IG model more, you see me? So you could call that an unrealistic expectation for myself.
Wait. So that sound like just a standards thing, because what I had in mind is say, background apart from the background and thing. Let's say we just have two people I meet for the first time for up on like a first date, and you have Keisha. Yeah, man, I love Keisha. I love Keisha.
Keisha can rest.
So yeah, Keisha I meet up with let's say Stanley, but Keisha have it tonight. Say Stanley is a money man. So from she get that view there as Stanley, she are going to the date expecting, better roses, 5-star meals, them 10 grand bill there. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, is it a case where
it falls under that as well?
Oh, so your category, go with standard first then, basically.
Standards first, yeah, you can go with standards first and then we'll kind of dive into your situation, isn't it? You know you want Keisha.
Jenna. Alright then. Alright. Run me up then. Give me an next example so we can solidify, cause little more background on this.
Another example. Oh wow, I saw something on Twitter with day, bro. This woman, right? She went on a date with this guy. I think she's African or something. So like basically the guy was a gentleman, the man will pay for your gas for come on the date, bro. The gas expensive nowadays, isn't it? The man pay for a full tank. 5-star dinner, 5-star date. It was a perfect gentleman. But here it was fair issue why she not talk back to the man again. The man never tell her so she look good.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
The man tell her, yo, tell me now that not unrealistic, bro. Come on.
How is that unrealistic though?
It is though.
No, like aside from the whole him paying for gas and whatever the fuck else, because that is doing too much. But how is it unrealistic for you to expect the person that you're going on a date with to tell you, oh, you look nice?
Yo, but hold on, huh? That is going to be a deciding factor for you for just stop talking to somebody.
Yeah, he did all of that and then he never do this one thing. I know, it never warrant.
Yeah, you see, Yeah. You see, with that, I think that's just a factor of standards being a bit too high to the point that it's petty, really.
Too
So
Too high. No,
high.
delusional, bro.
I
That's
mean, suppose the
delusional.
man that wait till the end of the night when everything get intimate, you see me? In the car and when we have
No,
a
I think what happened is she did cut him off like after the date done. Like him never tell her nothing at all the entire time or after.
Alright, no man then we can agree that's fucking weird.
Exactly.
For him,
Exactly.
for him to not tell her anything or for her to cut him off.
Forever cut him
Oh
off.
no, for her to cut him off, she a idiot.
True. But at the
That's
same time,
pretty.
apart from the whole gas thing, because that's doing too much to me. Like, why are you paying for my gas? If anything, come for me. But I don't think it's unrealistic to expect a compliment from whoever you're going on a date with,
I mean, you look like the two of them drive.
which is also stupid. Like,
I mean, rich people things we can't all get tonight.
yeah, that. Well, no. If it's a case where two of them drive, then it's kind of weird. Because in my head, if she's the type to cut you off because you know what I say, she look nice, then it would be a case where she want the whole courtship system where you drive
you
come
come
her
pick her
yard,
up and
you
you
open
walk with
door,
flowers and
yeah. You
So
get
hold on,
me?
which category would I put that in? Bare minimum then.
for what? No, but
Um,
Just
remember,
tell
bare
her say she
minimum.
look good.
No, but yeah, for me that's like bare minimum. Bare minimum for a date. It's like if you don't want to come for me, you don't have to. If you don't have the means, whatever, you don't have to come with flowers. But the least you can do is say, you look nice today. And for me, that's the bare minimum. But I get that what's considered bare minimum is subjective. So
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But
But
hold
then
on, man.
again,
You have to
no
bring
man do
it
everything where we would have consider high. Like
true,
man and pay for gas.
which is
But
weird.
Yo,
people have different love languages, Clearly, female acts of service, and she like words of affirmation and something. But
No, but not even that don't have to do with love language. I mean, yeah, but it's a compliment. A compliment is very basic. You
Yeah.
need to have your love language be words for you to be able
but
to
suppose me
compliment
feel like
somebody.
me no want to tell her. Suppose me
yeah.
don't feel like me want to use my words. Me want to buy her gas and call to it.
No, but well, I know
It's
you
so
can't
basic.
really
Why
start
you just
stealing on
feel
my
like
Like
car.
don't
it's like
compliment
you
her?
jump from step 1, got all the way down at step 12. How you reach buying her gas?
Yeah, but no, but you see, Michael, I kind of disagree with the whole basic thing. Yeah, it's a simple gesture, but a simple gesture can go like a really long way. Like, if you put it in the perspective of a man, how many times have you been genuinely complimented by a female?
Boom,
Like,
channel
Bumbo
stars.
yeah, like when you get that compliment, it go
when we
far.
trim.
Like you feel different.
Tisha complimented about 2 years ago and I still remember it to this day.
To this
No,
day.
dog, every 3 weeks when we trim.
Yeah,
Fact. It can also be a thing where the woman actually decided that okay, I'm going to date and I'm going to make the extra effort to like look good for him and everything, and not even at the beginning of the date. If not say nothing, like I feel like a compliment like that should have started from like in the beginning. And if she actually waited out the whole night and still not hear nothing, I think it's a valid reason to like because that's her effort and that she thinks that maybe our love language is words of affirmation. And I feel like catering to somebody's words should
Love
love
language.
language start from like in the dating section. So maybe that is her love language and like she would have wanted to hear it and like our extra effort put out there so to get ready and do all of these crazy stuff and him not even acknowledge it. It's like she not even see her. So maybe that's why she upset. I mean, feel like it's
But pause,
somewhat
no?
valid.
Yeah, but
But
my
if
Pause.
thing
I
is communicate. You could have probably say, hey,
Yeah, you could have
I
communicated.
thought you would have. Yeah, because
Do
it's kind
you
of drastic
but
to
would
just
you
not
want
call
me
him
to
after that,
say
especially
no,
since
but
him
it's
pay for
like
your
why
gas, which is more drastic than a compliment.
would
But
Yo,
hold
so
on,
up to the
hold on.
woman then.
it
Hold
when
on,
I
hold
really
on,
Hold
hold
want
on.
I
so
say I
that
beg
you
that
know think me look
compliment
nice, I
like
can't tell me say me look nice.
No, you're
on.
not
In the
big.
when I
You're
trend.
say
not
ask
big.
you, bro, do you think I look nice? Like I was expecting a compliment at that point. You could have keep it.
But
Some of the
pause there,
woman them
pause
like
there.
when them dip on a
Exactly.
pedestal.
Why should I say
Looking
you
back at the thread.
can't tell me say me look nice
Looking back at
or
the
something
thread.
like that? That's weird.
Everybody
Yeah,
pause for
so
a second.
woman
They
dog.
pause for a second. They pause for a second. Because looking back at the thread, Muma said, "Yo, I am not going to tell anybody to give me a compliment." So clearly, this information was not communicated to the general. You see me?
Why do you need
Obviously,
to
clear
be
that it wasn't
told to
communicated.
compliment somebody?
But sometimes I feel
Bro,
like
that's not
mom,
what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. You could have said, "Yo, my love language is this." Only
It's
supposed to
not a
talk
love
about them thing
language
before
thing.
I go on the date.
All right,
But
question.
a lot of the time, no, hold on. But in the this was in the States, though.
it was probably like a Tinder date or something like that, though.
Yeah, and usually if it's one of them things that I don't think them talk, well, not all the time, but sometimes them just don't talk all that much before them go out. Like the date is when them just get to know each other and whatever. Like them probably talk and say, oh, whatever, and get to know like base level
God.
things. It's not anything deep with them reach love languages.
But men think differently, Probably him a think, me not go too say nothing because probably she have a think say I just, dugu dugu more and dugu dugu. So me not gonna even say nothing. Me gonna pay for her gas and she gonna be so appreciative and we're gonna have such a nice evening. I know,
But like,
maybe.
I have a question, and it might end up slide the conversation the wrong way. But if Una did buy a girl gas for go up on a date, Una would expect something from it. Like,
What?
I feel like a lot of no, I genuinely feel like a lot of times when you see stuff like this on the internet, at least where men do these big dramatic gestures, like by pull the girl tank, when I expect something.
No, sir. We don't
Um.
expect pussy land in our lap.
No,
Right there,
no.
so
But Wonka, hold on, no, Wonka. Let's be
think shit right
mo-
there.
more be objective on the matter. Like generally speaking, realistically speaking, actually, most
Yeah,
times when men go above and beyond like that, especially when it's like a first date situation, they might try flex forget some.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Desperate as fuck.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's low key desperate
I
because it
you
kind of
what?
very desperate, desperate. But what I don't
yeah.
understand with these men, like if you try use cheese, we call money cheese. So like if you try use cheese to attract a woman, you'll get rat, brother. Like think
Oh, so
about
yeah,
it.
woman out there full of blood clot. What do you mean by?
No, but like it depends on what you're looking for. Cause if you're looking for something sustainable, right? Cause man no complaints say, oh, girl, are wicked, them can't find nobody loyal. If you're looking for loyalty, you can't there's no way you can attract a loyal woman with flamboyant
yeah.
gestures
When
and
you
all
just
this.
affect your money and you expect her to
Yeah,
be humble and oh, this girl is giving me
yeah,
money. Maybe that's how you started the relationship.
exactly. That makes sense.
Zane. Alright, so then what's your take on high maintenance women then? Like if they're expecting that type of treatment.
Subjective.
Give me a
Wait, what was
little
the
deep.
question?
I've been
Now
in
I'm
a
saying
situation like that.
now I'm saying put into perspective high maintenance women when they are actually expecting that type of treatment. What then?
You just
Hmm.
And if
deal
you
with a
can keep
man.
up with it, then you date them. If it depends on how
Yeah,
much you want them.
All
You see,
Yeah,
right, then
exactly.
here
because
comes
there,
my
and
story.
it's dating within your means because
Here-
if you know that Keisha love money man, why are you as a broke pocket man going to
Yeah,
go
why
pick
you
up Keisha if you know say
random
she gonna
Keisha?
come back to them?
Yeah,
Hold on, hold on, hold
let
on,
Keisha alone,
hold
man.
on. Here's my story now. Yo, I'm not a broke pocket man. Let's just put that
Right
out
there,
there.
so
This is me. We're not broke, but we can't do
we're
it.
just conservative.
So last year I was talking to this girl. She was nice. Let's call her Amy. Amy, before she met me, was talking to men that drove Hondas, 2018, 2019, and Amy met me. Nice guy. She was like, hey, you're a nice guy. Let me give you some pussy. I took the pussy, and apparently the pussy, it kept on coming, recurrently, you know, it kept on returning. So eventually the pussy became, my, you know, my soulmate.
Personal.
Yeah, we're personal pussy. Yeah.
Wow.
So, at one point I could keep up with everything except the convenience of a car. And sir, what a breath clad. What I call it? One of them bumpy ride the charging. Is me. I had this point where I had to be like fighting against other guys that drove that she called her friends.
Yikes.
Sir, it was weird. I had to bounce. My mental did go
Like,
to the dogs.
you
Me not
know,
gonna lie, like sometimes and only can class me if you don't want, drag me if you want, but
No, hold on.
it
Hold
sometimes
on, I'm telling you my lesson learn from that before you get a point. My
sure.
lesson from that is that when you meet girls like that like you know, it just be the pussy and move, cause at the end of the day your pocket will go suffer. You see that?
Yo,
I agree
That's
with
the lesson.
everything except the, beat the part the P and move, but it's
But
hard
that was
like
the
as
whole
a
point of
woman
it.
when you're used to a certain caliber of things, sometimes it's hard to like feel like you're downgrade. I mean everyone
yeah.
comment ladies.
And then a
um,
lot of times it's because, well, not a lot of time, but sometimes it's because of the type of man she have as her father, or family member, or whatever.
Yes. Because my father
Because
is, we're not well off, but I would say we're like middle class. We do okay. We're not hungry. We're not that hungry, right? So why not we go somebody house and make him fuck me and me a dead for hungry? That is just ghetto. Like, why? No.
yeah, it's like
There's some
there's
woman
certain
not even
things
look
that
at KFC.
I don't me say about egg and bread. What for yourself?
like there's certain things you gotta just expect. And I mean, again, you need to kind of communicate that you expect certain things from your partner. But it's like certain things you gotta. That's why I
No.
said high maintenance is subjective because
Hold
what I
on.
consider high maintenance, Una might not consider it.
Maybe I
No,
wasn't
then
as specific as I thought I was. You know, it was we did communicate as she made it seem as if she was stooping down to my standard. But she couldn't give the
you
pretense.
know,
you
She
see
you
couldn't
know,
give the
man.
pretense. No dog, I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna go I like me I eat that or I like my fake to myself. I don't know.
Yeah,
You see me?
yeah,
I mean I
because
tell
then
her, say, yo.
it's
She
not
keep up the
necessarily
pretense for how long as she could, because she couldn't keep it up very long. You see me? And it did start fall apart right before my eyes, bro.
you know, bro. Wait, so that low key mean that she was only tolerating you, expecting something more?
No,
Is
she just
that?
Apparently the
wanted the
guys, no,
penis.
hold on. Apparently the guys had something that I had. Well, they didn't have it. You see me? I didn't treat her like shit. Basically.
Yeah, it's like she didn't like you. She didn't like you. And she didn't like the penis, but
Yes,
she just
but
never
the
in the
car
walk with life.
just never have the car. She can't take the walking. You
Yeah,
have to
she
have
just
the
never in the
pretense
walk
people.
with life.
Wait, so hold
That
on.
she was
That
a
kind
thing.
of, that
And to
kind
be
of,
honest, you know,
where's the part?
Yeah,
same.
dog, on time saving on my phone. What the fuck? I can't get on my phone.
Uber everywhere.
You know?
Yeah, no, but that low key kind of made me think though, like the whole treatment thing, because you're saying that she really made an ultimatum, right? She had the choice between you and your good body treatment
No, just
versus
just that and the charm. You see me?
yeah,
Over
the
the car
charm.
and
Yeah.
pieces of shit.
Yeah, so it's either that or the carman them what they treat her like shit. So ultimately she just went to the convenience and the bad treatment over, the good treatment and the
Yeah.
patience right with that take. So it kind of made me wonder. Kind of made me wonder.
Mm,
Oh, the one nipples there
mm,
But
twice.
just I'm not let me in disputing because what. How do you know that your treatment was good to her? Like, and next thing
Say
is, I could have
over
been.
and over again from start till end. You want me to send you a screenshot? We get one minute.
yeah,
And
tell her to come in a
the next thing
dance.
is, and then the next thing is that is her preference, and like, I mean, I understand
Yeah,
why her preference, or her talking about what she wants, or she not settling for it, actually automatically turns her into the villain. Because, to be honest, like, I'm not saying that you must
But
just
what if
let
she say
anybody
it
way
to you
not
up front?
about what
Because she
you want.
said it,
But
she said it to
but
me
wait,
while
no,
we were there
but
talking, and she was like, yo, I like guys that aren't good for me
drive.
because I think I can fix them.
but like men, let me tell you, I'm not saying that
At
you
least she's
shouldn't talk to
self-aware.
men that don't. I'm not saying that you should always like look out for man with drive and this and blah blah blah. But to be honest, a man that doesn't drive is is kind of inconvenient, especially in the dating part of it, because imagine,
Shh. Well, I'm not you go on.
imagine, imagine not even license, right? Right, and when I say when I go out of town and whatever. And it too, it just up in on a nice clothes and all these things and whatever. So not come from Kingston and whatever. To wanna dress up and on a nice clothes and go on a Ochi, probably a Sharkies and whatever. On a their Ochi, but come off of the bus and go on their Ochi and whatever. Don't eat and whatever and enjoy the time and thing. And for say all only stand up out a road, I wait for a taxi with no belly full. Nigga right is probably a lick on don't gonna want to sleep. And
You saw the rich.
Yeah, someone them with a carrot car. Tell me with a carrot car.
No, but you're saying that you never have license.
Imagine, no, but that's
I am
so it's
there.
like nowhere more than Kingston or probably wherever Kingston people go. And they can't go nowhere more than which part in a Kingston. That's all enough to do stay in a Kingston region because guess what? I have no driver. Maybe when I have to get when I look if car friend they may have. So now car friend I forgot third wheel. And it's like
Ew.
it not gonna have that intimate thing that that have if I turn the in the car because girl they in a passenger seat and girl feel nice and this and blah 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 because I'm on a drive and and she snap and she probably snap her hand on the steering wheel or this and that and blah blah blah. She can't have that experience. And she can't have little convenience. We know say after she done eat, she can just come back in the car and feel comfortable on her journey with her man in a Kingston go drive back to Kingston. She in a bus beside people, I squeeze up and this and whatever, I squeeze out a little food when I just done eat the ochi.
If you don't have a car.
I feel like shut up, Omi.
Yo, rent a car still. Rent a car still.
Yeah.
I have a question though. Why don't one them can drive?
Nobody ever said that they can't drive. I used to do that all the time.
But
No.
Clearly,
Mama,
you
better
When we
question.
do want to criticize, so since men are such
It's
better
fucking
drivers,
I have a
mean,
car, but I just every time I drive, and if my person don't have him vehicle, me just say in drive the
I had
car
a
because
car.
I'm not driving. Me no
No,
want you
I
come
can
tell me
drive.
what
Well,
to drive. So
I
me
can
get
drive, but I
I
don't.
was dating somebody.
Hold on, Mama, better question to that still. So let's say the guy in the relationship doesn't have his license,
Even-
right?
That's ridiculous. No, cut it off right there. That dead.
Whoa!
You are a
Wait.
big
Run
man.
that
Why
back,
do you
run that
not have a license? We're not going any further with this conversation. You are a grown man. Cut the
No, but
fuckery.
like what
Yeah, big man.
circumstances?
Me not say nothing, 'cause me
Circumstances.
not have my
License.
license.
So it would be a problem if the woman was the one, driving around for the most of the relationship.
What?
Ah!
Where's that?
Yo, that is nice.
What? Wait, where's that?
Dog, you're a big
Yes.
man. You're supposed to have your license already. The hell?
Well,
20-year-old man and not a
Yeah, even
license.
if you don't have a car, if I'm the one driving, you're supposed to can drive to or whatever. We can just get a car and you drive away.
no, one there. Michael Morgan, one there. Someone like talk to Michael Morgan with them something. Yeah? Michael Morgan, you hear me?
You man kill our ass.
Alright, so is there really such a big problem? Let's say you have a university youth. Come use Jimmy. Yeah, come use Jimmy. Jimmy is a 22-year-old man. He go university. Him, he might do him thing, but him not on a license. But him woman of 3 years is driving, and she drive him around. Is there a real problem?
Of course.
Jimmy is a bitch. Like
Yes, exactly. Clearly, Jimmy is the girlfriend.
you are a big man.
because why Jimmy not a license? If him woman have a license and him woman have vehicle,
Yeah,
you can
that
use him
sounds
woman
stupid,
vehicle
bro.
to learn to drive. Why?
It's
No,
not
man.
even that.
Wonka,
I know,
Wonka.
like
Learn to
no,
drive.
because it's if it's a thing where like for example them in a like different social brackets or whatever. So the girl get a car when she turns 16 and Jimmy don't have a car. That's fine, whatever. But the problem is what the bumbleclad Jimmy not a license.
No, but even so,
You can
Jimmy
get your
can
license
use
from
him woman
17-year-old.
vehicle and learn to drive. Why,
Yo,
Jimmy?
what that
I make him
fucker?
woman drive. I get that. Why Jimmy can't use him woman car and learn to drive? What's wrong with that? What's the problem with that? Why
Yo,
Jimmy can't do that?
You get the Jimmy
But
for the
if Jimmy
fuck.
not have a
No, I'm not
license,
telling Jimmy off though. I'm not telling Jimmy off. If Jimmy wants to be a woman, Jimmy can be a woman. I'm not saying Jimmy, what I see Jimmy as.
I think you want to give Jimmy a break. If Jimmy decides when he wants to drive, he goes on to learn how to
nah,
drive.
bro.
Yeah,
He
but
gets
if
license.
Jimmy likes being in the passenger
It's
seat
up
and I
to
give
him,
directions and I get it
Jimmy likes being
Uh-uh.
chauffeur, then
and
that's
all them
different,
things,
but
then Jimmy
Jimmy's
can
just a bitch.
deal with that.
But is
Jimmy
that a
need to
double
get a
standard,
show.
though?
What is a double standard?
Yo, it's just I just certification for drive the fucking vehicle, you know.
Yeah, so go feet. If you're woman, you can go feet.
But yeah, I just somebody take that question. Isn't it that a double standard?
What is a double standard? What
For
exactly?
men to, for the quote unquote requirement for a man to have a license and a woman doesn't necessarily have to have one. I
No,
think
Yeah.
that's what they're referring to.
We can't talk
Yeah,
to no girl we can't drive. Mad
it is. I don't. I think it's a double standard on the guys. Yeah, because at some to me, woman, when the road is not a good place. Zine, the road is not a great place. It's a horrible place. Me no wish the road by nobody. So for woman to drive, that's why because you'll see, I'm parking lot and look for a woman at park and you'll see one if a man just stand up with them hand on them hip and that's a discuss but whole woman can't park and all them things and it man
Sticky all and say, yo, put it in the lot.
I see woman a drive and in a traffic and me cut in front of them and I see the woman start ball and reading a family. Oh, road is a good place, woman, bro. It's not a good place, woman. I see taxi man cuss woman till them all stop talk. I see woman get in an accident and man drive off. It's not a good place. Then the standard women are held to regards to driving is high because they're women. So any little thing them do, people will laugh and ridicule them. So to protect them from that,
Women just get driving is honestly one of those things that women get treated differently when them do. Whether or not the woman is the best driver, she drive better than a man. Una just
exactly.
not una, but the people
just don't
automatically
do it.
assume she can't drive because she's a woman.
Exactly. So just don't do it. Make a man drive you. Make Jimmy drive you. Jimmy would love to drive. Make Jimmy drive. That's the thing. So it's a double standard. So I'm not disagreeing, but
Criminal
I
record.
think you see.
Yeah, man, somebody tackle a question.
Criminal record.
Yeah, man.
If there's some extra circumstance for why you cannot drive,
That's
then
different.
nobody can help you.
I mean, no, illness is acceptable for me, but
If you drive, if Jimmy drive and kill 4 pitney,
Yo, what?
Jimmy not for them here no wheel. Jimmy not for them here no wheel. In certain circumstances, then yeah, of course, him does not for drive. But if you have 2 hands, 2 foot, and you tell me, say you are perfectly fine as a man for sitting in the passenger seat, take selfies, make your woman squeeze up your tie, and all them things there, while she drive with her one hand. It is weird. It is so
weird.
strange.
Oh, that weird.
Jabba, you can drive?
because you have it.
Legal, yes.
Yeah. It's
Oh.
weird. It's so strange. It's so weird. Me get see it look weird to me. It just you see me about one boy what day. Me about one boy what day. You see it?
Yeah, no.
Let's call him.
Do not call the name.
Nicholas. Let's call him Nicholas.
Nicholas.
Nicholas, Nana license. Cool. Nicholas, woman have license. Nicholas, woman have vehicle. Cool. Nicholas refuses. No, lie me I tell. Nicholas is learning to drive. Nicholas and him woman there, how long, but Nicholas still not a license. Nicholas woman come up by me yard, drive to him yard, toot her horn, and him have a run come outside. No, that's not weird. When you don't see, that's a weird.
Yeah, that's kind of ghetto. Like, to be honest, I would be so turned off. Like,
It's just
probably I'm sexist, but yeah,
You know,
it's a no
That's
for
what-
me.
that's crazy.
That's what I was.
not like that's
It's
not
not
for
even
me.
me a
Like,
chat about.
Like, would you feel like it's like
Well, everybody
less
night,
Wait till
masculine
she
for
breaks
like
up
you to go
anybody
pick
else.
up a man and like
Yeah, man, Ebony, yo,
Are you hearing
Ebony,
me now?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
check
yeah,
out,
go on
man.
through.
Yeah.
Oh, the traffic, so I think. But anyways,
Check
guys,
out.
no car, no romance, apparently.
Wait, so hold on,
No, but honestly though,
yeah.
Like
ooh,
it depends on who you are and what you want. I don't think all right, if you know your nago can be able to suffice with somebody who doesn't drive, do not entertain these people who don't drive. You're just gonna end up hurt
yeah.
somebody or hurt yourself. Just don't do it. No matter how you like them, no matter whatever. If you know it's a deal breaker, do not do it.
It's
And I
like
know
for
that's
me
easier
personally,
said
I just
than
not
done.
gonna take up no walk foot, man. In all honesty, I just can't. I won't. I'd rather like I have a license, I have a car. Granted, I don't have a car right now, and if I don't have a car, you have to come get me. I will give
No,
you
woman,
gas
no,
money
woman,
from
you
now
That's
fuck up.
till
totally
tomorrow. But
No,
valid.
I
woman, you fuck
personally,
up,
I just
man.
can't take up a walk foot, man.
No, man, you
That's
fuck up,
totally
man. That fuck
valid.
up,
And I
man.
I
respect
honestly
you.
do.
And
It's just something
men
that I
always say
cannot do. I'm not taking up a walk foot, man, because it's one of those standards that I have because my father never yet make me walk go nowhere.
No, man, you fuck up,
Never
man.
like
same.
I
Well on that,
don't
well on that,
know. I
well
Here's
on
don't
that.
here's
ever
my thing. Here's
know.
my
Like
thing
I
though,
will
Farid.
always be driven somewhere by somebody, and I don't care. I just not gonna take up a
Yeah,
walk foot, man, and
No,
that's
I
well on
it.
that,
No,
well
totally
on
yeah,
that.
fuck
respect
up,
that
man. No,
too.
No,
man.
I
Me
well
want
on
to
that.
say
lie,
something
me
to
not
the
tell him
men
say fuck
who,
if you
cause
fuck, you
men
fuck up,
always
man.
I say, oh, you can't want certain things if you not have it yourself and da 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 da. So I
Lie,
see why it's
Mattel.
important for
Fuck up,
you
you
to
fuck up,
stress
man. No,
that.
man, fire, you fuck up.
But here's what I wanna say
honestly,
though,
it's
like
fine to be honest.
if me not have it, that give even more reason why I want you for have it. Like
Ooh,
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
like
whoa.
me not drive, so like me want with somebody will drive, cause why me want walk foot. You know what I mean? And
if
I
I
shouldn't
don't
have
have
to
a
feel
car, you don't
made
deserve
to
love.
feel bad about that. No, me not
And
gonna
I
say
say
that,
you
but
don't deserve love. You're just not gonna get my love, and that's just that. Honestly.
You know,
No,
you
man,
know,
you
you
fuck
know.
up, man. If you stop talking, you can't
Alright,
see them bully.
No, hold on, no,
You can't
hold
see
on, no,
them
hold on,
bully.
no, hold on,
You
no.
can't see them bully.
But
Fried,
I was saying
fried.
that Farid is valid even though because she a drive too. But like
No,
even if she wasn't driving, she still would be valid because it's her,
It's
it's
just a
her, she has set
preference
the
thing, and
rules.
that's
Yeah,
Yeah.
it. It's
is your thing, but your thing
yeah, man.
fuck up. And that me a thing. And that me. It's your thing personally, no. But it fuck
like,
up.
No, but hold on, no, Fried did make a very interesting point, and me hear it all the time. Me hear it all the time. Farid, you say something about your father never make you walk now, right? So
yeah,
you know expect no man to make you walk now, right?
I've had a man come to me and say, "Oh, I want to see you. Come take a taxi. Come look." Like the fuck. First of all, are you paying for it?
Yeah.
Second of
No,
all,
but like
no.
I
no,
mean,
but
if he
why
does
would
it,
they come keep
then
on and
something
compare on the
wrong with
father?
him.
It's
No,
not
why
to
they
keep
keep
on
on comparing the father?
comparing to your father, but it's like certain standards set in your life, just like your mother wash your dirty drawers every day. You gotta expect your
So
girl
you
to do it
wash my
too.
dirty drawers then?
No,
You
I mean
must wash my
It's
dirty drawers.
but
She was like a straight up
it's the
breakfast a
perfect
morning
example.
time.
It's the things that gonna get from you a little bit. It's like my father make sure that
yeah.
I don't walk for the past 18, 19, 20 years of my life, and because I like you, I forgot walk and take
Yeah,
taxi
it's
and take
enough
bus
for
and
me.
all of these things. Your hood is never that
Yes,
good,
I
to be
and
honest.
totally
and
agree.
and
But
Farid,
men should know, like as man, we don't know say women are, attached emotionally to their fathers, and every man who comes after that will have to live up to that standard or will be at
No,
least
no, about that
compared
part
to
then.
them. Even
I
if
don't know
they're
about
no,
that
if
yes,
they're a
part,
bad
and
No,
father,
and
they
about
will
that
be
part then.
compared to
no,
them.
wait, no.
That's why you have women fall into these bad patterns with men who are abusive and so on. It's because maybe they didn't have a father figure or they had a terrible example of a father figure. So remember,
I think
your father is your first example of a man, so he is going to represent every man that comes after him. Do you understand? And same for men. Your mother is the first representative of a woman, so you're going to look at every woman like, I mean, over time you will learn as you grow and you date, but your first experience with a woman is gonna be like, okay, that's interesting, like that's something new. Probably my mother never do that. Even if it's subconscious, it's gonna be like a subconscious comparison.
I think this is
All
a
right.
different conversation, though. It's a
No, but
different day.
no, all right. But then I have to because
Am I bugging?
let's say Farid's father is Bill Gates. So if Farid's father bring her to school because it's an unrealistic expectation, you have to have a sense of realism.
Clearly, it's
You
not
can't live in a
unrealistic because it's
Jamaica
been
and
happening. That's a number one.
you can't live in a
Bill Gates, man,
Jamaica
Bill
and
Fame.
your father
Number
is Bill
two is
Gates
if your
and
father is
everywhere.
Bill Gates, date within your social circle. Why do you
Yeah,
think?
yeah, tell. You see, all right, wait no. You see, that is your thing, Farid. I
Then
do not
again,
know
there's
as a
I
human being.
forgot that there's still a lot of uptown women that they with dons and all these
Yeah,
things.
You
But
can, it is on you. You are entitled to whatever belief you want to hold. But these beliefs are fuck up beliefs. So
and
if
that's
your father
okay.
is Bill Gates and you used to helicopters and jets, you can see a youth on Tinder or come from Standpipe and say, yo, you want to pick me up in one jet? I'm gonna
No,
run
but
you.
no, but
Because
I
Them
you
people
don't.
them a
got
I
pick
that.
you up
don't
on
feel
the
like
young
that
end.
example. No, but that I don't feel like that example is fair. To be fair, or to be honest.
In Jamaica, not a lot of people. Now, you can't expect every man to drive in Jamaica. So just because you're a father, always I bring you everywhere, you cannot have a sense of realism and expect any man that is even for him to even be valued for your affection. Him have to drive because Jamaica is not a place where a whole heap of man drive.
Are you sure?
It's true.
Why
But
are we still
You say got
talk
up
about
some
this
big man.
driving thing?
there's
Like,
quite a lot of men that just don't drive.
haven't we established that that's like a preference thing, though? I'm sure there
Yeah,
are
it's a
other
preferencing
things.
was a fuck up thing.
Yeah, facts. You know, dog, Michael Morgan come out and spit facts to that, dog. Trust me.
Yo. So
Yes,
hold on, now,
definitely.
come go back to the original thing now about
Yeah.
unrealistic
Mm.
date expectations. So I kinda wanna get the male perspective now. Um in regards to a date, has any of the guys been actually catered to for like the female doing the whole
Of
planning
course.
and
Yes, yes,
Of
yes,
course.
yes,
Of
I said
yes.
no,
course.
how
Right
that
there,
gonna
so
Oh,
You,
Z,
you see,
alright.
mean.
Oh,
me,
you
me,
want to start Michael Morgan? Alright.
yeah, man. Of course, you see, me from me in high school, when from me start the girl thing aside, me value myself very highly. So any woman that is going to come to me must value me as much as me value myself, and I value you as much as you value yourself. You see it? So you see me. So I've had women buy me food, and I will accept it on every occasion. I women buy me clothes
Yeah,
and all
man, we
this.
know how for catch you
Because
now. We know how for catch you
because
now.
me I am me my how would I describe it? While I am not asking these women for anything, they just believe
Yeah,
that
go
I
accept it.
deserve these things.
Yeah.
So it's so I have been catered to, and I love women that cater to men. I think it's a beautiful thing. I think women that don't
Yes,
cater to
it is.
men whatsoever at all are very stupid
So
and
food alone
retarded.
to get
But they're
Michael.
not really deserving of just like how Farid said it. They just aren't deserving of my affection and my love.
Period.
So then, with that point of view, Michael, isn't it safe to say that a person not wanting somebody who drives? I know we came off of
Why
that,
we
but
come back to the car argument?
isn't that valid then? You see how you
No, not
basically prove
necessarily
our point?
Not
because
necessarily.
because it's easier to find people in Jamaica that can at least buy me a meal deal
Lies.
than for
Mm-mm.
You ever?
somebody to
That's
buy a
lie.
vehicle.
Okay.
You
So
can even buy me a patty or add some socks. You can't make it. My expectation of you getting me socks isn't the same as Ferd's expectation of a man getting a vehicle. That cannot equate. That don't make no sense. So it's two different things. One is much easier to do than the other. Anybody can buy something for anybody, and then
Facts, facts,
anybody can
facts.
jump up
so
and drive.
so it sounds like to me that you guys are like equating women valuing you guys or catering to you guys as on getting food. Is that what I'm hearing? Because the only food are the example that I'm
Oh,
hearing. What else have you
that
guys got?
that is a perfect point, a beautiful point. But I'm only my thing this too. So I don't know if Joy Boy has an example that he
Huh?
would like to
Oh,
provide.
what? Hmm?
Like, have
What was
any
the question?
woman actually brought you on any actual dates? Like,
Oh, yeah,
actually do
man.
everything 100%?
Yeah, man. Yo. I was talking to this girl one time, and she say, yo, she want to go out. You see me? I'm saying, yo, mom, now the money for that 13 hours, so that's no problem.
I got
Nobody
it.
expect to pay. I say, what? Yo. I say, yo. Mama take me on a date, bro. Mama buy pizza. Mama carry me go
Here's food
arcade.
again.
Mama do everything, bro. Me I say, oh,
But
Jesus.
uh, uh, that brings me to another question.
What's fine,
Answer the question.
Afronto?
I have another question.
Yeah, man. Shoot your list.
What do you consider to be a date?
Anything. It can be anything.
No, man, no. Well, on a dry boy, you can't see them something in a dry boy. You see, if you
What
see
do
them
you
something there,
consider
you put
to
the
be
bar
a
too low,
date?
brethren.
What do you mean the bar?
Them
No,
girl
like
with you
I
got
need a
juicy fatty.
like a realistic answer because what do men actually consider to be a date?
More flowers.
Picnic or guns.
I
Hold on, hold
personally,
on.
it's a subjective thing, but I
But
personally
it's
believe a
not
date can be anything where it's just a two-away, just doing something. It can be anything. We can stay
Anything.
inside and still have a date. So
Once you
yeah.
it's
slap
a
the label
subjective
on it,
thing.
Yeah.
once you slap the label on it, you're good to go.
A
No,
date
but
should
if
be
a
like
girl, hold
anything that
on.
involves getting to know each other.
No.
But if a girl say, "Oh, I'm gonna take you out on a date,"
Yeah.
and she carry you go buy a box food, is that a date?
Yeah.
Once you put the label
Little
on it,
I
girl need the
mean,
box
once you
food.
put the label on it, you're good to go.
Yo, it is true, you know, and I agree fully. But if you
as long
spin,
as I'm not
if you
egg and
try to spin
bread.
it round and go buy no girl back food, yo, John, if you dare buy no girl no box food and try to
I
say what
think,
is a date.
But
yeah,
here's
I
the thing
think
though, I think men should like be put out effort and women too, but I've noticed that men una kind of boring. Like
What do
una
you mean
have
it can be?
hobbies, but una hobbies usually entail if it's not sports wise, it usually entails staying inside, which is
I
like
think this is
gaming or
another,
like anime and stuff like
yeah.
that. So like
But
just try to be outgoing and try to do something fun.
Suppose me want Crunchyroll and shit.
no, but I think
But
this
not
is
all
one
the
of those
time.
examples of, oh, women have high standards and this and that because, or maybe it's a meeting. Ebony, is buying a box food a date for you?
Which I style or person.
Was she gone?
Yeah.
Jano.
Um.
So
Um.
Farid, what is a
I don't
date
know.
to
You're,
you? You
Well,
describe
That's
a
a good
date.
question. Yeah,
I
man, what
mean,
is a date to you?
no, honestly, you're not, box food is not a date, to
I
be
think
honest. It's like, I believe in staying home and hanging out at home and we can have dates at home. But if a man tell me, yo, I'm gonna take you out, you're not buying me a box food because I could have buy a box food for my lunch already. I could have get 2 cheese patty already. Like that's not any.
box
It's
food
Yeah,
not
is
box
is
anything
food are
So
like
special.
in the
so where
community,
box
you
you can
food
go
expect him
on
to
a little
carry?
walk or something and you see a cook shop.
is
But
not
box
a
food
date
and I
to me.
like, yeah, and I
No,
like
but back to
vibes.
Farid. Alright,
Yeah,
Farid.
there's no effort in getting a box food.
Yeah,
That
it's
don't make
like
no
you
sense.
Yeah.
eat
That's
box
not a
food and
date.
you eat patty every day for lunch. It's
Hold
like
on, no Farid. Hold on, no Farid. So where you want him carry then? If him say, yo, me I go carry up on a day, where you want the money to carry?
there are like,
Spending
are you talking
money.
about like it's not necessarily
In
something that
general.
has to be money, like a bag of
I
money.
feel
Like
like
you can still go somewhere and do things that don't cost money, but it's not, you're not gonna carry me to Juicy Beef on a date. It's like if you want something that don't cost money, we can still go buy a pizza or go buy a box food and we go somewhere else that
yeah,
isn't Juicy Beef. Like you can literally carry me to Palisados and it's a date with like a box food and then it's different. But for me to just go to Juicy Beef or go to a
I
cook shop
feel
for, that's not a date. There's no effort in that. It's
So
kind of
yeah,
just
I
tell me
feel
say,
like a date.
so yeah, tell me say, if I buy a box food
I
and
feel
carry go up at the
like
hills on a nice view, that's a date.
more than buying a
Ooh,
box
are you
food
trying to
alone.
ask her
Yes.
out? Not just
Oh
about
no, you
podcast
want
to
a
get
woman?
people
You want a
together.
man kill me, G? You want a man kill me too, man?
Wait, hold on. Important question.
I feel like what would pass as a date would be like something that you actually see some form of planning coming into it, and like
Yeah.
some sort of personal touch will make the person know say yes, I was thinking about you, or I
Yes.
planned this with you in mind or whatever. Like buying a box food is
Exactly.
you first of all, you buy the box food, I probably want restaurant you always. So that's your that's what you wanted. That you just get one for me.
But
It's
suppose the
like there
food
was
good.
no
Good
thought
point.
in it for me. I say, oh maybe she will like this. That's you think your food good.
Oof.
No, yeah, but no, you
Yeah.
see, you know, no, no style, you know,
And then
no,
I
no
hate the
style.
example. I hate the excuse that all women are materialistic and carrying woman on dates is just so
Yeah,
expensive
when
and this
una
and
do
that.
the
And it's
bare
like there are
minimum.
100 things to do that
I know.
don't cost that much money.
Yeah, like me could go on river, we go on beach somewhere. We would just
Whoa,
eat
whoa,
some
Gas,
whoa,
gas.
You
whoa,
chicken.
whoa,
can go
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Palisados,
Listen.
you can go movies and buy
All
a
right,
ticket fee
listen,
for one
listen,
and a Tuesday for
Yeah,
listen.
$1,000. It's
There
not
is a
even
not
lot of
movies
feasible.
because
things.
that costs money too. But
There is
let's
a
go
lot
for a
of
stroll or something.
No, hold on, no, hold on, no.
stroll
Michael, gonna make a very important point.
because
Michael, tell them, no.
About
me know a youth,
women being materialistic.
me know a youth named Chris.
The only
Yes,
men that
God.
complain about women are the ones that want to do bare minimum, to be honest.
Facts.
They
crazy
know
spot. Me know a youth named Chris. Chris have him
Oh,
woman
listen, you know.
named Christina.
Mm.
Christina is always like, yo, take me out to this place, take me out to that place. It don't cost no money. We can even just go somewhere and just vibe and walk and take a stroll. So then Chris drives clearly. So Chris is like, sure. Chris then has to put gas into his vehicle, and at the least is $200 per liter. Firstly, then Chris then has to buy food. Chris then has to get gas. Chris has to then think about a place, find a place, because enough place in Jamaica, you can just walk and take a stroll and don't dead. So then, alright. So if Chris live in Portmore, unless everybody, and Palisades is a great spot. You know how far Portmore is from Palisades gas wise? So then
To be
Chris
honest,
then has
me
to
hate when
find the
man
money.
complain about gas because
Whoa,
like
whoa,
wait,
whoa,
wait,
whoa,
hold
whoa,
on,
hold
hold
on.
on,
Yo, take it
hold on,
off, take
hold
it
on,
off.
hold on. Cause hear me out, right? Hear me out, right? Una
Whoa.
not drive regardless. So
What
for
is
take
the
me on
fuck?
a little date, I go really done all of your gas. Like you really can't sacrifice some of your gas for we go somewhere. Like really, you go
All
Whoa.
right,
drive
but hold on,
regardless.
no,
You
but hold
drive
on,
for
no.
Yo,
work.
me know
You
man,
still I
man,
use
man have
gas
them vehicle for,
regardless. So
for weeks.
what are
Me,
you
me,
losing?
me know man only
We're
put
losing money. What do
me
you
know
mean?
me know man only put in enough gas to go up the road and come back. Me know man depend
Whoa.
for weeks. Them a drive by gas light. Never
Then now we
really
see
tell me
this.
a gas station a
Run
five
him
them.
gas pump face and water. Hello?
Exactly.
I
It's
have
not
a
a case of
friend,
oh,
you
I'm
know,
a
I know a
sacrifice
boy.
because gas. I'm a sacrifice because gas for go up on a little date. Sure, if you live in the area, if you live close to a good spot, then great. But a lot of people don't have that luxury, so people have to travel, and the place is far where you can't get shot, and them place they far. So whenever yes, and a good and a easy something, it will cost money either way. It just not cost money for the woman because many men won't ask them woman say yo, me gonna take you on a date. Just put little money to my gas. No man, not and a good something that and a good style that.
You
So
know the
then
Yeah, I
oddest
think
thing?
the
you're
lady
spending
should
more
like
money.
use her discretion and say, hey, say him always a pay for dates and or him always a do the driving. I can probably contribute this way. But at the end of the day, it all depends on the conversation you guys have. Like have a dialogue. I think like especially young couples, we kind of shy away from talking about money, which I don't understand. Because if the goal is marriage or a long-term relationship, money is gonna be a huge part in that, especially if you plan to have children. Like money is literally your life, basically, it aids or it surrounds your life. So this should be something on our top, bro. Like,
um, No,
no,
but you see, no, it's not necessarily talking about them, but I think again, the same way I think women expect, not women, but I think certain things in a relationship, you shouldn't have to communicate them. Like you shouldn't have to beg your partner to compliment you, whether or not it's a male or a female. Like women should give them man compliment to, and them not for beg feet. Just like how I don't think a man should have to communicate or tell a woman like, yo, I would like to be treated nice once in a
yeah,
while too.
yeah,
Like I
exactly.
don't, especially I don't appreciate when women kind of just make the man pay for everything and do everything, and
Yeah,
she just
I
never
don't
take it
like it
upon
either.
herself to contribute or do anything in general. That
Yeah,
is
I
just
agree.
something that I don't support, and I don't feel like a man should have to say, "Oh, can you contribute this? Can you contribute that?" Like if you don't
I
have a
agree, but
car,
in terms of like when you go in at the depths now of what are our values, and when you talk about values, you're gonna say, okay, as a man, I know that I'm supposed to lead, I'm supposed to like take charge. I know that we generally are the breadwinners, or we do most of the providing. But like, doesn't this come up in conversation? Am I bugging? Doesn't this come up in conversation?
Yo, me have a question though. Me have a question though.
Hold on,
Because
we'll answer nipples first.
oh,
Hold
oh,
on.
oh,
So,
oh,
so
true,
nipples.
true.
It does come up, but I think the main issue is the whole pride factor
Yeah,
because
nobody know what
admitting,
ask feet.
yeah, admit say you're in need of this or you're struggling with that, or yeah, as you say, for ask for certain things, right? So I think
But
that's the
how else
problem
will
with
I
most
know?
people.
That's what's crazy to me. How else will I know? Like I
I
know that
understand,
I'm supposed to use my discretion, but
It's
sometimes I
not.
think, oh, he doesn't mind. What if me I think he doesn't mind?
No,
No,
but there
but
are
it's
certain
like
things
so
you
you're
can
gonna
pick up on.
assume him don't mind all the time, and you're just gonna say, okay, well him don't mind coming for me, so I just not gonna offer no time at all. It's like if you take it upon yourself to offer, and him say, oh no, keep it, then that's different. But for you to just like if you don't drive and him come for you every day, and you just sit down and say, okay, let me make him burn out him gas every single time, and I won't offer any time for him to give him gas or anything. It's like it's better you offer and the man turn you down or the woman turn you down or whatever than you just sit down there and be a leech, to be honest.
Yeah, it's kind of the
For real.
situation where you're kind of abusing kindness now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. All right, so question for everybody. Like, where do you draw the line in terms of expectations? Like, have you ever been with somebody and them expect you to do something wild and you're like, no, red flag? Or a better
Honestly,
question would be, where do you draw the line in expectations for yourself? Say somebody was expecting you to do something. Can answer both of them.
Um,
Friday, you wanna go first?
in terms of expecting, if somebody expect me to do anything, it's not
Yeah.
necessarily about something in part. It's like, no, I can't go. I figure out how to say it first.
You know, Michael Morgan. I think I question this too.
If somebody has ever had a certain expectation that others couldn't keep up with, um,
Yeah.
oh, I mean, there's this girl that I knew that she enjoyed going out a lot and all of that, and she was always like, "Hey, let's go here, let's go here, let's go here." But yes, you see, so I would always be like, "No, let's just." I would propose. I wouldn't say no. Let's not go out. I'd propose going somewhere more accessible. You see me? So, but mama would be like, "Oh no, but that just lame. No, I'm going yes." So, I say, "Oh, ha ha." So, but anyway, me and her stop talking because I mean, I feel like whatsoever. But that does, I don't stay along for it. I know there's a lot of people that when a partner will propose these expectations, they will stay along for it to try, and it just creates tension between the two of them, which I don't get why people do it. So I personally just said, yo, this not make no sense because me not run on time, you see.
Oh,
So
I
so
Period.
you know it's that.
So
yeah.
what about expectations that you expect from your partner now?
I don't expect anything from women.
Yeah, same to be honest.
Hmm.
I don't
I
expect things from women.
I have my answer now.
Go ahead,
Bro,
Farid.
Michael Morgan. What my what's my Michael? Mike, are
I don't
you?
ex- I don't ex- I like it. When I meet a woman and I'm like I don't I the only thing I like in a partner, what I expect in a partner to I mean to
Yeah.
just act your age, I guess. I expect them to act their
Front,
age. No,
front.
no, I don't expect. I don't
Nah,
know. Let me not say that. Why do I expect from? Because you know that a lot of girls will be like, oh, I want to wait this amount of time, or I want to wait this amount of time, and I don't really have it as an expectation. If you're just not, if I don't agree with it, or I don't think it's worth waiting this amount of time, then I will leave. Because I value my fucking very highly, and if you want to wait 6 months for me to fuck you, that is not something I will put myself on board with if I don't believe it's worth it. So I don't expect it necessarily. I only expect you to act the age. And if I meet a girl that is 23 she still have to she don't have certain permissions, like she can't stay with her, she have to reach home before by street light turn on and all them shit then that may expect them, then may say, oh my god, you're a child, I'm leaving. So that's the only thing that I
that's
expect.
exactly what I was going to say, to be honest.
Hold on. Take on somebody take on that question.
Sometimes my woman said I'm not gonna know wife duties when I'm still girlfriend, but expect a man for the husband duties. Um,
It's just a cruel reality. You know, in a sense, complain, my God, yeah, man. Just go through a well long head. You
Oh,
see it?
At
Yeah,
least
it's
in
a
I
a
cruel
know.
Tuesday.
reality
It's
because
a
I
cruel
feel like
reality.
there's a lot of pressures on women
This
to
is
be
a
like on both parts, but for a woman, it's like, yeah, bear the child. Honestly, it can never be 50-50 because if uno forgot through
fact.
childbearing or if you even have a period, there's no way uno will survive. So there's no 50-50
Fact.
to be honest. It's always
Absolutely
gonna
true.
be at least
oh,
60-40
No,
oh.
it's always going to be
if there's
60,
children
40, 70,
involved.
30, but
But
Yep,
the
also,
balance
always,
skews. It always
always.
shifts. It's not that it's always going to be a woman doing the 70 or whatever. The balance does shift,
Hold on,
but it's
hold
just
on.
never really equal.
We're not talking about
Yeah,
the 50-50 thing. You're not talking about a
and another
general
thing
or
as
from a
well.
financial standpoint.
Both, maybe.
in
General,
In
general,
general.
all,
in
all
general.
encompassing standpoint. Yeah.
In general, because even if you're both
Most
financially
general.
stable, why you go on me pay 50-50 and I bearing children, I'm doing all this
Ooh,
housework on top of working and investing in the relationship financially. There's no
ooh,
50-50, brother. What are you talking about?
So hold on.
ooh,
All right. I'm gonna answer a question. I'll answer a question.
ooh.
And I know you guys like to tussle now. So Keisha and Jimmy, no? You see? Keisha and Jimmy both carry home, let's say 300,000, right? 300,000 each, that's 600,000, right? And the bills them come up to probably like 100,000. You tell me say it too hard to each and take out 50,000 out on the money together, combine for make the 100,000 and
No,
pay off
that
the bill.
I mean, that's fine.
yeah, that's fine. But
I
in
don't me I
terms of
talk about.
like overtime and a long-term thing, like so every month me not gonna give 50-50 because just know. Just know. At least for me personally, I feel like the woman, like we already have all these housely is housely even a word? House duties, right? We're bearing the children. This is if children are involved. If children aren't involved, it's a completely different story. If children are involved, then I'm bearing children. So
Yeah.
yeah, I have to be taken care of. Like I'm your queen. I just push something out of my vagina. I just like
Right.
no, me not go lift a finger. Sorry, nope.
No.
And if I am lifting a finger, then me not go lift a finger financially because
I
I'm
think
doing too much, honey.
Okay, I think the point Nipples is making without the queenly part, because yeah, queen same way, right? There, so but is it I think the
Sure.
point is that women contribute towards a household that can it's not that it can be compensated financially, but women have other contributions to the household that would kind of, I don't want to say negate, but are like,
Yeah,
it's just not out.
Yeah,
I
the
said that
level it's just unleveled.
episodes
It's
ago that women what women contribute to a relationship cannot be quantified. There's no number that can be like a lot
Yeah.
of the things that men will do will have a number attached to it, but a lot of the things that women are usually expected to do, they can't, they're not quantifiable. You can't add a
yeah.
number to it. But they have what they're just as valuable. Debatable, but just as valuable.
So hold on, more squeeze in that question real quick because it been a bother me.
Mm.
So you remember how we that talk about high maintenance women?
Yeah.
So like, do you guys what's your thought on high maintenance men? Have you guys ever encountered an actual high maintenance man?
As
This is
in
for the
gaming,
females.
What
No,
that mean?
that's what I'm saying now. That's what I'm saying now. No, hold on, no. That's what I'm saying now. Men who put actual value towards
But then
the whole persona character. You can't.
Can I have
They're
an example?
all right. Let's put out an example. Let's say
Shibata.
you
Jesus
know that.
Christ.
No,
What?
hold on, no. Let's put out uh Jano. More put out an artist or something. Somebody Jano Magenda. Fear me dog. Uh,
Alright, so we are the alkaline.
no man, man not
Who?
use them man because them man that just fling around wood just so.
yeah,
Oh.
really.
Yeah,
Wow.
more. All right, let's put out Bill Gates,
Oh,
an
like a Chris
upstanding
planting.
man in society. He has his established business, he has his career and life sorted out. So him not really settle for no regular, squingy old girl. See? So yeah, what is your take on that? Is high maintenance men in society like he's expecting a level from you. So let's say you can't go nowhere road with him if you not wear heels and the latest designer dresses that you bought, not him. You wants to say, yo, you can manage yourself before him take your hand.
No, no, no.
I mean,
If you have a
no,
certain expectation for me, you have to no. Nope. We're not gonna say that because
No,
we're not
yeah,
no,
no,
neutral
because
here.
what
we
was
know where you're going on the pills. We know where you go. Yeah,
Finish
say
that?
your
yo.
thought, me. Finish your
If
thought, Farid.
you have certain no, what she's saying is if you have certain expectation, you must be able to make me meet it. Like if you want me in a designer dress, then pay for it.
Exactly.
But
No,
that's
no,
not
no, no, no,
no.
no. Hold on,
I
no.
don't agree with that. But my point is again, if you have certain expectations, dates within the group that you know can fulfill those
Exactly.
expectations.
Yeah. But
If
it's
you're
like
Bill
what
Gates and you
Morgan
want
said earlier.
somebody in a designer dress, go there with a Kardashian, don't go there with me.
Yeah. But it's
You
like what
know.
Morgan said earlier about like food. Like if you want I mean I get it. Like if you want me in a certain dress, buy me the dress, you know?
I
Simple
think
as that. And if you are attracted to that, right? When you saw me or before we met or whatever the case was, then you must have seen something similar to that that would have attracted you. So why am I still have to do more work on top of that? You're already attracted to me. We're already in dialogue. We're already at court. What more me need to do? If you want me in one dress, buy me the dress.
image.
Yeah, I really just the image.
It's
But
image to be honest. Because again it comes down to like a standards thing and as what a word there um
The R
Russell,
word.
as vain as it sounds, a lot of people, even if you don't necessarily do it consciously, you have a subconscious want to, like there's a subconscious need for the person you're there with to match you, like how them look, to be honest.
oh yeah, that's true. I understand that for sure.
Yeah, like I have certain standards for how a man must look, and it's just if I say it out loud, man, go cuss me, but it's just whatever, bro.
Oh Lord.
Well, that's understandable still. Ah yo, we're over the hour mark, so I think this is a good place to actually stop it. So with that, let's wrap up with the regular final takes, and you know. So we'll start off with Joy Boy as usual. So Joy Boy, what's
Oh, yeah,
your
start
final
off with
takes?
final
On the
takes.
yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna take out what now? Walk for woman for 2022, isn't it? Don't talk.
Jano, Jano, yo, Wonka, you there? Cause it's like Wonka go silent from the whole car argument.
Alright.
No, no, cause on a disrespectful still. But Wonka, you there? Jano,
My
fucking
goodness,
there.
I'm gonna slip right now, bro.
Jano,
I'm say,
I
man,
know,
tell me something wear them
Jano, I your nipples.
nipples. Hello.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't catch that.
Oh yeah, your final take on the
Final
whole
thought.
thing.
Oh, final thoughts. Conversation, guys. I feel like I said this at the end of every episode, but have dialogue. Like, if you have a certain expectation for your partner and they can't meet it, just decide for yourself. Is this something that I can compromise with, or if it is it worth? Is it not worth the relationship? Just have a conversation and like get to know each other, and don't don't judge people based on your expectations. Understand that some things might be, people might not be able to do that for you. So I don't know, just have a conversation. And if you can't deal with what I bring to the table, don't deal with them.
Yo, it's much easier said than done, you know, because like let's say
No,
me me fully invested in a Keisha's in, but
then don't get
no,
invested.
let's say Keisha invested in a me, like she really like me and thing, but just not live up to her standard. So she got there with me now because she actually likes me, but I'm just not really living up to her standard. So I don't really there's not much conversation to go right there. Is either boy, what do you even know? Keisha, just have to go settle
If
her.
if she likes you, no matter the social class or financial class or whatever, if she really likes you, it shouldn't matter. Whether you have money or not, it shouldn't matter if
Okay.
from you
Yeah, it
likes
shouldn't
you.
matter if you
Okay.
drive
No, it's
It
market
going
ain't
to.
no
or
if,
I
if people
guarantee you, it's
Keisha,
going to breed resentment at some point.
then you know, obviously you don't like the man. Somebody on to Farid.
No, but you
Anyways,
can like so
if
much.
if Keisha like
Bro.
Jimmy and she loves Jimmy, whether or not Jimmy drives or anything shouldn't be enough to make Keisha say, "Wow, you know I love everything about this man, but this man walks." Goddamn, megalith. It shouldn't. If something like that is so great to negate all of your affection and your feelings for this person, you have a mental illness. You have some emotional maturity that you need to grow into.
Oh my
Because
god.
that shouldn't be the case.
Wait, so but want a nigga wanka situation where him that say yo him did get the B and the B did really like him, but the B just couldn't really accept the fact say yo she have care man friend, but our man and
She
a
don't
care
like him enough. That's just the
but
case. It depends on how much that because
Yeah,
she don't like
real.
it so much
I
that
knew
she can't put it
For
around.
real.
You know, so my friend them drive on down a Utah walk.
Yeah.
Somebody, no, in a sense. It can't in a sense. If she had dead over you, it shouldn't well your class or nothing like that. Now gonna stop her from dead over you. Farid, I said what she had said because clearly generate the Utah.
And that,
How she drives.
and
So
it's not even that though.
No, but you have not because she drives. Can you have a woman with she the same sentiment too, so you can't say that.
the girl just don't want to walk foot.
Yeah,
No,
because no, listen to me.
Like a barrow.
If she loves a man, let's say she meet a guy on Tinder. Before by some slip of the mind,
The
before
first
she
question
finds
is,
out
you
that
drive?
he doesn't
No, I
drive,
joke.
before
I
she
joke.
finds out that he doesn't drive, she falls deeply in love with him. And here Farid is telling me, so she falls deeply in love with this man, and this man is going to say, "Yo, my aunt time I come for me, I'm gonna come here yard." She go right there in that moment say, her heart just like a break.
Ew.
Oh my god, this man is the ugliest man I've ever seen. This man's personality is nasty.
All of a sudden, her pussy just dry up.
Exactly. That's not how
It
feelings
just
work.
invert.
That's not how
Right?
if she loves the man and she did over the man, whether I'm in social class or not like that, doesn't matter. It won't matter.
So are you implying that people just book them to and drop in love that quickly or that simply?
No, I'm implying that if you really like somebody, then what these things don't matter. Materialistic things don't matter. If you really love somebody, then you like them for everything that they are.
Not for convenience.
Things like this not gonna matter whether or not mama drive or nothing like that. Not gonna matter whether or not the man drive. Not gonna matter whether or not the mama can cook or clean or fuck. If you love this woman, it not gonna matter. You won't sit down and say, Jano, you know, some love that girl, but something about her Farid. Something about her Farid.
Compromise.
To be honest, I disagree.
Your brain is going to make you say, I love this person same way. And you're going to, if you love this person and you deny yourself that love because this man don't drive, so you need a laptop. You need
Not denying love.
Something right, yeah.
No, I guarantee you, you could have loved. I don't think this is again. It's a different conversation for another episode. But love is not enough to sustain a relationship by itself, and it's simple.
Oh, so love no matter. All right, cool.
I'm not saying love. Wow, men will man.
Farid, you have two homeless people. A man and a woman who live under one bridge in a Portmore. I don't know what you're saying to me. It encompasses everything. It's not a number thing. So it doesn't matter. Anyways, we take on the list.
Yeah, man. Farid, give me a final take and stuff here. Hey, sorry. Yeah.
They're with people in your standards. If you want them, if you can't overlook them, then just stay with people that meet your standards.
Then alright, cool. Morgan, where last?
Oh, that was my last thing as it.
Oh, yeah, let's touch everything one time.
Everything one time, bro.
Yeah. Alright then. Everyone, you still here with us?
Yes, are you
Yeah, man,
hearing
just
me?
give me a final take. Yeah, man.
My final take, date within your means, and the conversation of unrealistic expectation will never arise. And also, don't pick up somebody and expect them to change their lifestyle for you. Because if you ask them to change their lifestyle, then you never really like them in the beginning.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that one. All right, Zine. So that was our final for tonight. Yeah, and I'd like to thank you guys for coming out as usual. Please, if you enjoy the podcast, please ensure to subscribe and
You
share with
man,
your
like
friends.
and share, turn on the notification bells,
On
so you
God,
don't
on
miss an
God.
episode.
At
One more
100
thing.
subscribers, yeah, man, we're gonna sweat. We're gonna do our maths, man. What you say, driver?
Yeah, we'll do a madness when we reach 100. But one more thing, check out the description. Big up again to Atlas Major for the intro, bro. So if you know artists or upcoming artists or nothing, if you want a graphic design, and can check him out. You see the socials in the description or whatever. That's match up the thing, isn't me? With it.
Madness. All right, cool. So yeah, man. After that, yeah, man. We'll see you next week, same time, Sunday 9:30.
Alright, bye guys.